I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes. Don't actually close them because you're reading this, but mentally, I want you to count how many monthly subscriptions you have. Streaming services, apps, memberships, software, go ahead, count them. How many did you come up with? 6, 8, maybe 10 if you really thought about it? Now, I want you to open your banking app, go to your transactions from the last 30 days, and scroll through and count every single recurring charge. Every $4.99, every $9.99, every $14.99. Count them all. How many are there actually? 12? 15? Did you find charges you completely forgot about? A meditation app you downloaded 2 years ago during a panic attack? A streaming service you signed up for to watch one show? A cloud storage subscription you haven't used in 18 months? Here's the average. The average American has 12 active subscriptions. When surveyed, they can name 6. That means half of your subscriptions are invisible. You're paying for them every single month, but you've completely forgotten they exist. And those invisible subscriptions? They cost an average of $47 per month. That's $564 per year. That's $16,920 over 30 years for services you literally don't remember subscribing to. This isn't you being forgetful. This isn't you being irresponsible. This is a business model. Subscription companies have spent billions of dollars engineering the perfect trap. Make it easy to sign up, make it invisible to cancel, make the charge small enough that you don't notice, and make it recurring forever. You're not a customer, you're a revenue stream. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how they designed this trap and how much it's costing you. My name is Marcus, and on this channel, we expose the financial psychology that keeps you broke. We talk about the billion-dollar industries built on your blind spots, the traps you don't see until it's too late. And today's trap is one of the most profitable scams in modern history. Because unlike a one-time purchase you regret, subscriptions keep charging you every month, forever, until you actively stop them. And most people never do.
Let me show you how this works by following one person through 1 month. Her name's Jordan. Jordan is 28. She makes $61,000 a year. She's busy, she's stressed, and she has no idea how many subscriptions she's paying for. January 3rd, Jordan's credit card is charged $16.99. It's her meditation app, Headspace. She downloaded it on New Year's Day 2023 because she wanted to be more mindful. She used it for 11 days. Then she stopped, but she never canceled. That was 24 months ago. She's paid $407.76 for an app she used for 11 days. Jordan doesn't remember this subscription exists. January 7th, $5.99, iCloud storage. Jordan's phone ran out of space 3 years ago. She upgraded to 200 gigabytes of cloud storage. Then she bought a phone with more storage. She doesn't need iCloud anymore. All her photos are already backed up. But the subscription auto-renewed. It's been auto-renewing for 19 months. That's $113.81 for cloud storage she doesn't use. January 18th, $14.99, Hulu. Jordan watches Netflix. She doesn't watch Hulu, but she signed up 8 months ago because there was one show she wanted to see. She watched it. She never canceled Hulu. She's paid $103.92 for a service she hasn't opened in 7 months. January 22nd, $9.99, Audible. Jordan loves the idea of audiobooks. She subscribed to Audible 14 months ago. She's listened to 2 audiobooks total, but Audible gives you 1 credit per month, whether you use it or not. Jordan has 12 unused credits sitting in her account. She's paid $139.86 for audiobooks she didn't listen to. January 18th, $14.99, the New York Times digital subscription. Jordan signed up because there was an article she wanted to read. It was behind a paywall, so she paid for a month. That was 6 months ago. She's read maybe 4 articles total. She's paid $89.94 for news she doesn't read. January 22nd, $8.99, LinkedIn Premium. Jordan thought it would help her job search. She got a job 11 months ago. She doesn't need LinkedIn Premium anymore, but it's still charging her. That's $98.89 for a service she hasn't used since she got hired. January 28th,
$4.99. Grammarly Premium. Jordan is a decent writer. She doesn't need AI to check her grammar, but she signed up during a free trial 9 months ago. The trial ended. She forgot to cancel. She's paid $44.91 for premium grammar checking she never uses. We're not even done with the month, but let's add this up. $16.99 plus $5.99 plus $12.99 plus $9.99 plus $14.99 plus $8.99 plus $4.99 equals $74.93 in 1 month for services Jordan forgot existed.
But we're not done yet, because those are just the subscriptions Jordan found when I made her check. There are more. There are always more. February 1st, Jordan gets a notification. Your Spotify family plan has renewed for $16.99. Jordan doesn't have a family plan. She lives alone. But 2 years ago, her ex-boyfriend convinced her to upgrade to the family plan so he could be on it. They broke up 18 months ago, and he's still on her family plan. She's paying $16.99 a month for her ex-boyfriend's music. That's $305.82 she's paid for someone else's Spotify. February 4th, $19.99. Adobe Creative Cloud. Jordan took a graphic design class in 2022. She needed Photoshop for 1 semester. The semester ended. Adobe kept charging her. She's paid $599.70 for software she hasn't opened in over a year. February 9th, $11.99. Nextdoor Premium. Jordan doesn't even know what Nextdoor Premium does. She clicked upgrade once because there was a post she wanted to see. That was 7 months ago. She's paid $83.93 for a neighborhood app she doesn't use. February 14th, $29.99. Blue Apron. Jordan wanted to try meal kits. She did the 2-week trial. She didn't like it, but she didn't cancel. She just skipped weeks. Blue Apron kept her account active and charged her a membership fee even when she wasn't ordering. She's paid $179.94 in membership fees for meal kits she never received. February 19th, $9.99. Peloton app subscription. Jordan doesn't own a Peloton bike. She signed up for the app to do yoga classes at home. She did 3 classes. That was 10 months ago. She's paid $99.90 for fitness classes she's not taking. Let's update Jordan's monthly total. Previous was $74.93, add Spotify family plan $16.99, Adobe $19.99, Nextdoor $11.99, Blue Apron $29.99, Peloton $9.99. New monthly total $163.88. Jordan is spending $163.88 per month on subscriptions she either forgot about or doesn't use. That's $1,966.56 per year. Over 10 years, that's $19,665.60. Jordan makes $61,000 per year. After taxes, she takes home about $46,000. She's spending 4.3% of her after-tax income on services she forgot exist. And she had no idea until I made her check. Here's the scariest part. Jordan isn't unusual. A 2024 study by C+R Research found that 42% of consumers underestimate how much they spend on subscriptions by at least $100 per month. People think they're spending $50 a month on subscriptions. They're actually spending $150 a month. The delta between perception and reality is $100 per month. That's $1,200 per year you're losing without knowing it.
Now let me show you how this became the most profitable business model in history. Because subscription services didn't used to work like this. You used to buy software. You used to buy music. You used to buy movies one time. You owned it. And companies hated that. In 2011, Adobe sold Photoshop for $699. You paid once. You owned it forever. Adobe sold millions of copies. But here's the problem for Adobe. Once you bought it, you were done. You might not upgrade for 4 or 5 years. Adobe only got your money once every 5 years. That's unpredictable revenue. Investors hate unpredictable revenue. So, in 2013, Adobe switched to the subscription model. Adobe Creative Cloud, $52.99 per month. You don't own the software anymore. You rent it forever. And here's the genius. That $699 one-time purchase, you now pay that every 13 months. After 5 years, you've paid $3,179.40 for the same software you used to own for $699. Adobe's revenue became predictable, their stock price tripled, and millions of people who bought Photoshop once are now paying for it forever. Spotify did the same thing. You used to buy albums, $10, $15 per album. You owned the music. Now you rent access to all music for $11.99 per month. Sounds like a great deal, right? Unlimited music for $12 a month? Except you don't own any of it. If you stop paying, you lose everything. And Spotify knows something about human psychology. Once you built playlists, once you trained the algorithm to know your taste, once you've integrated Spotify into your daily routine, you're not going to cancel. You're locked in. Spotify's CEO Daniel Ek said this in an earnings call, and I quote, "Our goal is to become part of users' daily habits. Once we're a habit, churn becomes negligible." Translation, once you're addicted, you won't cancel. And the data proves him right. Spotify's annual churn rate is only 5%. That means 95% of subscribers don't cancel year over year. You're not choosing to subscribe, you're stuck. Netflix pioneered this model. In 2007, Netflix was a DVD rental service. You paid per DVD. Then they launched streaming, $7.99 per month for unlimited content. It was an incredible deal. People subscribed in massive numbers. But then Netflix did something brilliant and evil. They raised the price slowly. $7.99 became $9.99, then $12.99, then $15.49. Now it's $17.99 for the standard plan. That's a 125% price increase over 15 years. And most people didn't cancel, because canceling means losing access to the shows you're in the middle of watching. Netflix doesn't have customers. Netflix has hostages.
Here's why subscription companies are so profitable. It's not the service, it's the autopilot. Let me show you the actual numbers from public companies. The New York Times has 10 million digital subscribers. Their average subscription price is $17 a month. That's $2 billion per year in subscription revenue. But here's the important number. Their cancellation rate is 3.8% per year. That means 96.2% of subscribers just keep paying year after year. The New York Times doesn't have to convince you to buy anything new. They just have to keep you from canceling. And keeping you from canceling is way easier than selling you something new. Amazon Prime has 200 million members worldwide. Prime costs $139 a year. That's $27.8 billion in guaranteed annual revenue just from memberships. But the genius of Prime isn't the revenue, it's the retention. Once you have Prime, you start using it for everything. Free shipping, Prime Video, Prime Music. You integrate it into your life. And once it's integrated, canceling feels like losing a part of your infrastructure. Amazon's Prime retention rate is 93%. Once you subscribe, you basically never leave. Here's why this matters. Traditional businesses act to sell you something new every month. Subscription businesses just have to not annoy you. That's a way easier problem. So they optimize for invisibility. They make it incredibly easy to sign up. One click, free trial, no commitment. But they make it incredibly annoying to cancel. You can't just click cancel. You have to navigate through menus, answer surveys, talk to retention specialists, confirm multiple times. The friction to cancel is 10 times higher than the friction to subscribe, and that friction is worth billions. There's a name for this in behavioral economics. It's called the default effect. Whatever's set as the default option is what most people will stick with, because changing the default requires effort, and humans are lazy. Subscription companies weaponize this. The default is to keep paying forever. Changing that default requires you to actively cancel, and most people won't. They'll just keep paying. Peloton's CFO said this in a quarterly report, and it's incredibly revealing.
We found that users who don't cancel in the first 90 days have an 87% likelihood of remaining subscribers for 3+ years regardless of usage patterns. Read that again, regardless of usage patterns. It doesn't matter if you use Peloton or not. If you don't cancel in the first 90 days, you'll probably keep paying for 3 years. You're not paying for the service, you're paying because you forgot to cancel. This is why every company is switching to subscriptions. Cars, software, music, movies, news, fitness, food. Everything is becoming a subscription because subscriptions turn customers into annuities.
So, how do you fight back? How do you stop paying for invisible subscriptions? Here's the system. Step 1, the subscription audit. Right now, today, go through your bank statements and credit card statements from the last 60 days. Highlight every recurring charge, every monthly subscription, every annual renewal. Write them all down. Don't skip this step. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Most people have never done this. Most people have no idea what they're actually subscribed to. Step 2, the usage test. For every subscription on your list, ask yourself, have I used this in the last 30 days? Not will I use this eventually. Have you used it in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it immediately. Don't tell yourself, I might need it later. You won't. And if you do need it later, you can resubscribe. Subscriptions are commitments. They're month to month. Treat them that way. Step 3, the annual conversion. For any subscription you actually use and want to keep, check if there's an annual plan. Annual plans are almost always cheaper than paying monthly. Spotify is $11.99 per month or $99 per year. That's $143.88 per year monthly versus $99 per year annual. You save $44.88 just by paying annually. Do this for every subscription you're keeping. The savings add up fast. Step 4, the calendar reminder. Subscriptions count on you forgetting, so don't forget. Every time you sign up for a free trial, immediately put a reminder in your calendar for 2 days before the trial ends. That's your cancellation deadline. If you want to keep it, fine, but make it a conscious choice, not autopilot. Step 5, the virtual card hack. Use privacy.com or your bank's virtual card feature to create single-use credit card numbers for free trials. Set a spending limit of $1. When the free trial ends and the company tries to charge you, the payment fails. The subscription auto-cancels. You never have to remember to cancel. The system does it for you. Here's your homework. This week, do the subscription audit. Find every recurring charge. Cancel everything you haven't used in 30 days. Calculate how much you're saving per month, then multiply that by 12. That's how much you were invisibly losing every year. Now multiply that by 30 and imagine what you could do with that money. Jordan did this. She found $163.88 per month in subscriptions she forgot about. She canceled all of them. That's $1,966.56 per year. Over 30 years invested at 8%, that's $244,000. She wasn't paying for services. She was paying for forgetting, and forgetting is the most expensive habit you have. If this video made you check your bank account, hit subscribe. And if you missed my last video on the upgrade addiction, go watch it. I exposed how upgrading your phone every 18 months is costing you $87,000 over your lifetime. Link in the description.